This global aspiration that you spoke of, and this has been something that you've been rooting for a long time now. You believe that India's been poised to have its crossover or breakout moment, just as we've seen with the Parasite and so on and so forth. Why has it been so elusive? What makes you believe that we're finally there?
So it's been so elusive probably because we've been victims of our own success in a way, because we have such a large captive market of our own that traditionally India has never really had to reach out to the world.
Right.
You've had the Indian audience and you have the diaspora audience that accounts for millions and millions of people wanting to watch the stuff that you're producing.
Yeah.
And so unlike Italian cinema or French cinema or German cinema, which has had to find new markets, we haven't had to do that. But I think the time has come now where you have a whole generation of filmmakers who've been schooled in an international style of storytelling, but who are still rooted and are want to tell stories from their own country. And I think that actually gives you the ability now to really believe that you can reach out to the rest of the world. But I feel the more rooted your stories and the more local your stories, but with a global style of storytelling, those are the ones most likely to succeed.
So what's exciting you about the stuff that you're seeing being made today that gives you the hope and the belief and the confidence that we are ready to make that inflection?
With a lot of the stuff that we're making, especially on streaming platforms today, I think, you've seen stuff that is being told with a pretty global sensibility. I'd just give you a few examples, like a show like Kohrra, for example, right? It's very local, very rooted, but I think the beats of the way that the story unfolds is told in a very international way, right? So I think it's about finding local stories and finding internationally appealing ways and global ways to be able to tell it.
When you look at a story, you look at a script, what draws you? What's the first thing that draws you to a story or to a script that kind of tells you in your gut that this is something that you want to take forward, this is something that you want to make? Which have been some of the examples where something's jumped up at you and it's been a success, but also where it hasn't and it's gone on to surprise you?
So the first thing is I react as an audience, right? I react as just someone who enjoys movies or enjoys shows or, just like a viewer. And so when I read something and I feel like, oh, wow, this is something that I would really want to watch, that's the first thing that really has to stand out.
And how many scripts do you get in a week?
Oh, we get a whole lot. I mean, we have a team that really, their only job is to sift through the material that comes in. I'd say anywhere from 10 to 15 scripts a week, probably, if not more.